And I remember one of our members who's very active, Al, he came to the leadership team about a Marine who was living out of his car and going through some hard times, said he just needed some help to just get out of the funk and then get back on his feet. And so we ended up supporting him without giving too much information, but we ended up supporting them and having them housed in a hotel room for a couple of weeks, and it was off and on because he was doing other things to try to get on his feet, and he eventually got on his feet.
If you're a Marine or know Marines or enjoy being around Marines, come to one of our meetings. No harm, no foul. Just come and see what we do and how we do it. I guarantee you we'll welcome you. We'll introduce you. We'll let you introduce yourself and let you decide whether it's your cup of tea or not.
Hello, everybody. I'm really excited today to introduce you to some people who are in the Marine Corps League. I joined them about a year ago, and I'm super excited to share my friends with you and have them share what the Marine Corps League in Brazos Valley does and what it means to them and what it could possibly mean to you. So I think we're going to start out by having you guys introduce yourselves, talk about maybe when did you serve and what was your function in the military, in the Marines, and yeah, let's start there. So Roger, would you like to start? Roger is our commandant.
Sure. Yes. Roger Martin's been with the Marine Corps League probably about, I don't know, about 10 years or so, somewhere around there. And I joined the Marine Corps in 1986, serving as a logistics officer in 1st Battalion, 10th Marines out of Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. And I was responsible for tracking maintenance within the battalion of artillery, of an artillery unit. So a bunch of moving parts and what do we say, beans, bullets, and band-aids, just everything in between, how everything's working. And really enjoyed it. It was always going to spend 4 years. I think I'm the one that spent the least amount of time between the three of us that are on with the Marine Corps League. But so stayed in the same place, pretty non-eventful. These other gentlemen typically, deploy and other things, but the Lord just had me stay there at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, and go to Fort McCoy, Wisconsin every year for winter training. And then I went to California for desert training.
Nice, nice. Well, thank you absolutely for your service. Super important, even if it's only 4 years and it's only in the States, it still matters. It's still, serves to protect our rights and our freedom. So thank you very much.
Yes, glorious 4 years. There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
What about you,
Yeah.
Keith?
Oh, me next. Okay. Well, I enlisted in the Marine Corps in 1971. Um, was in the aviation ordnance for about a year, and then in 72 got commissioned through the enlisted commissioning program, and then spent another 22 years in the Marine Corps as an officer, mainly infantry officer. 2 tours with reserve units in the United States, many overseas tours, and wherever the Marine Corps wanted to send me, of course, I went. And I I'm one of the charter members of the Marine Corps League. I helped get it started in 2012, and when we decided that there was a need for helping out Marines here in the area. So that's how I got involved with the Marine Corps League.
Oh, nice. Showing leaderships ever since, ever since. So thank you for your service as well. It's
My pleasure.
super grateful. And Ray, what about you?
Yeah. Hey, my name is Ray Browning. Joined the Marine Corps in 1989. I did 6 years. I was served in aviation maintenance. I worked on the Harrier. Served in Yuma, Arizona, was my primary duty station, BMA 214, the Black Sheep Squadron, and had the opportunity to deploy a couple of times with those guys, and really enjoyed my time in the Marine Corps. In fact, it's my best friends, well, for life. We'll be going on a cruise here in November. We get together multiple times. Try to get together at least once a year. This year we were able to get together twice, and so that's really kind of how I got involved with the Marine Corps League. I came to that. I've been in terms of the three that are on here. I've been in Brazos Valley Marine Corps League the shortest amount of time. Came to the birthday celebration the cake cutting ceremony, and met Roger, and knew that I wanted to get back involved with Marines locally, and so here I am now in serving in a leadership capacity here with the Brazos Valley Marine Corps League. So
Yeah,
glad to be here.
we're really glad to have you, and thank you as well for your service. We appreciate all of you. So Keith, for somebody who's never really heard of the Marine Corps League, since you were one of the flagship people, could you tell us all about it? What does it mean? What is it not? What is it?
Be glad to. I'm going to start off with what it's not. It's not a bunch of old guys sitting around the bar telling war stories, all right? Which is what everybody seems to think the Marine Corps League is.
We can do that at the Foxhole, right?
Exactly right. Although there is a little of that going around every once in a while during our meetings and when we do some of our community events. But what it really is Marines that have served 2 to 30 years and still want to give back to the community, still want to be around other Marines and help out wherever they can. So that's what the Marine Corps League is all about.
It's a very welcoming community as well. I have
Yes.
discovered. I have a great love for all of you. Let's see, the Marine Corps Leagues. Well, this says the Marine Corps League's been around for more than 100 years. So you set it up here in the Brazos Valley, right?
Right, in 2012.
Okay. So why
Not
was
100 years ago. I'm not quite that old.
Hey, well, you
You
look
get,
great anyway.
you're getting close, Keith. Getting
So,
close.
Yeah, I do look up close, but not quite.
so why was it originally formed, and what parts of the original mission are still important today?
Yeah,
Roger?
I'll talk about that. Sure. So we're a
Okay.
congressionally chartered veteran service organization. So what does that mean? Well, we're a nonprofit. There's many nonprofits, even in our area, probably in the Brazos Valley, which is 7 counties. I bet there's 500 to 800 nonprofit organizations. But again, we're congressionally chartered, and that was in 1939 with General John A. Lejeune. He's the one that started this. And if you think of other organizations that are congressionally chartered, you think of the VFW, you think of the American Legion, and we're all kind of the same. We're out there. Our purpose is to promote patriotic events, also to, t charity. I mean, we go out there and we raise money. We have our own fundraisers. We look at other ways for money to come in through grants and a lot of back-breaking stuff, but we do also charity-wise, we do sponsorships, which anyone can donate to, the league here. But we talk about history and we educate Marines and members on different ways to help veterans, and that all falls underneath Title 36 of the United States Code for a congressionally chartered veteran organization. So it's really I would say it's an honor to get that congressionally chartered, rank there to keep us so we can do what we're chartered to do. We don't get any money from the federal government. We raise all our own money.
Right. And well, I guess we'll talk about this later, but that money does go back into the community and helping veterans, and we sponsor students, Marine students, right?
Yes, there's different things that yeah, we can get into.
Yeah, lots of different ways. I saw a Facebook post just yesterday I wanted to kind of bring up because it was amazing how the whole community rallied around that and took care of those two guys, the two fellows. Brazos Valley Cares got involved, and it was all because Benny brought it up to the police officer that those two guys. Did you see that? Did you see it?
No,
I'm
I'm
not
not familiar with that one, Sherri.
I'll bring it up later and I'll
Okay.
show it to you. But it was just such a
All right.
feel good thing. It was like Benny brought it up to the policeman brought it to the attention. It went to Brazos Valley Cares. They got these guys medical care and a safe and stable place to live, and got people to help move all their things and a place to store what couldn't fit where they were now. So they took care of them like in the hole and moved these two veteran brothers into safety and back into health. They were living without electricity and water in just a not safe environment, and
Wow, that's
kind of
outstanding.
afraid to ask for help. And that's the feel good stuff that is amazing about the community here in Bryan College Station. We have the most veterans without a base here, and I think we should be known for how good we take care of them. We should really stand up and really practice what we preach too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is a local detachment? How does the work that we do here at the local attachment connect or relate to the state and the National Marine Corps League? Ray, can you explain that?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take that one. So a detachment is it's the local unit of the Marine Corps League, comprised of local Marines and FMF, Fleet Marine Force, Navy personnel, corpsmen and chaplains. As we've established already, this unit was established in April 14th, 2012. So when you look at the National Marine Corps League, and you look like any organization, there's basically a span of control that's in place. So you've got the National Marine Corps League. It's organized into 10 geographic regions. We are located in the southern region, and each state is a department within the national organization of the Marine Corps League. So Texas, we do everything big in Texas. We have uh, 48, I believe, detachments is what we have here in Texas, and that's spread across 9 districts across the state. And so every year we have conventions, both within the divisions, the department, and then also a national convention where business takes place. Uh, Awards are presented, opportunities to serve are presented. You're connected with other um, different units within the Marine Corps League to share best practices. What are some other areas that we can serve our community? Just a great place to get together. So that's kind of how the Brazos Valley Marine Corps League, um, our detachment is really a microcosm of this massive national organization of Marines and FMF personnel.
Interesting.
Yeah, if I could add one thing,
Sure.
we also follow the bylaws of the national and the department down to the
Yep,
detachment level. We
Yeah.
have administrative procedures. These are all required for us, the way we're structured.
Yeah. There's definite order to even to the meetings. Yeah. So,
absolutely.
okay. Well, people often say once a Marine, always a Marine. How does the Marine Corps League help Marines continue experiencing that sense of brotherhood, sisterhood, and belonging after their military service ends?
I'll take that one if y'all are okay with that. And
Sure.
for the vast majority of Marines, their time in the Marine Corps is one of the most significant events in their life. And the Marines that they work with and support throughout their career, whether it be 2 years or 35 years, is a significant part of their life, and they never forget it. So the Marine Corps League helps these people come back in and meet with other Marines, talk about experiences that we've all had in the Marine Corps that's unique to the Marine Corps. The Army has theirs, and the Air Force and the Navy all has their experiences also, but the Marine Corps is unique. And so we keep that camaraderie, that brotherhood and sisterhood going just by allowing people to come in and talk. And we have a social hour before the meeting each month, and people get a chance to talk to each other, share their experiences, talk about things that they did in the Marine Corps. So this allows them to touch base with other Marines. Sometimes they find out that they were in sister units and didn't even know each other at the time.
Mhm.
And a lot of times they find out that, oh, I was in that unit maybe a year or two after somebody else. So that brotherhood and camaraderie continues. And that's how
Yeah.
the Marine Corps League fosters that.
Something that I've seen and that I really appreciate is that y'all look out for each other as well. So if somebody's not well, needs a ride or just prayer or whatever it is, a little bit of extra support, everybody rallies and is, freely giving of all that too.
Hmm.
So very nice. So what did each of you personally miss the very most about the Marine Corps after leaving that active service? And did the League help fill any part of that gap?
I guess I'll go first. I mean,
Okay.
I miss the camaraderie. Like Keith said, there's a certain, we call it the esprit de corps. It's a common pride that we all hold as Marines, and there's a frame of thought, a language, and I'm not talking about foul language, um, but
There's some of that
just
too, though.
there is, yeah, there can be some of that, but
And the
just this
sound of it.
common understanding that we all have, and so I think I know the Marine Corps League satisfies that piece of it. It's great getting back around Marines that understand each other. So
I would
What about
say,
you? What about you, Roger?
yes, I'd say, well, the mission is bigger than the individual in the Marine Corps, right? I mean, we're a unit and we're all moving to the same thing along with the upper echelons, obviously. And being in for 4 years and coming out, it was hard for me getting out. I can't imagine someone retiring or 10
mm,
years, whatever, however many, to adjust to the way the business world, the nonprofit here in College Station and Bryan, the university, oh, they're all different. And so the mission, we're all moving as one. Sometimes it can be very individualistic out in the real world. People are looking out for themselves. Sure, there's still great leaders out there that hadn't served in the military, but we take care of our people and we try to take that into the civilian world. And I think it helps us very much as we lead out here.
Yeah.
And
What
I'm just
about
going to
you?
echo what Ray said. I miss working with the Marines and the camaraderie and the common experience and the common mission that we were all working to support. And the Marine Corps League allows me to touch base with Marines that surprisingly, even some from my own generation, which is just darn near amazing. But and younger Marines, that's what we all miss the most is the young Marines that we worked with, and they were carrying on the traditions and the history of the Marine Corps, and we left it to them, and they've done a great job with it. So the Marine Corps League allows us to touch base with them one more time and see that things are still going in the right direction in the Marine Corps and the Marine Corps League.
Excellent. So continue on then with what does being a member of the Marine Corps League like really mean to you personally, Keith?
Yeah, I'll go first
Oh,
because
well, okay. Go ahead.
sorry about that.
It's okay.
So what I like about it is that it keeps to the in the forefront why we're here. And one of those ways is just by recognizing, celebrating these national holidays that are related to veterans. And so to see that happen with, for instance, we got a couple, a couple meaning like a married couple that's in the league, and they have their children who are older that come in and they bring their grandchildren or their children and they help put up flags. They go out to the local cemetery, do wreaths across America, and it's a great way to remember our history of serving and of the United States.
Sure, sure. Yeah. Respecting all the generations and those who've gone before.
Yep.
yeah, it's I mean it's continuing to serve. I mean,
Yeah.
that was the reason why I went in to begin with. It's something that I tried to instill into my children, and three of my four children are Marines.
Hoorah.
Yeah.
Rah. It's really adding something tangible to the saying that's not just a saying, but once a Marine, always Marine. And so if I can continue to serve as long as I possibly can, I can't think of a better organization to do it with. So
Right. With three kids in the Marine Corps, just tell us a little bit. This is just amazing. Three
yeah, I mean,
adults.
what do you want to know? How it happened, or why it
Ju-
happened, or
Yeah.
what?
Just a little bit about each one and kind of what they did when they were in, or if they're still in.
Yeah, no. My daughter was the first to go in. I had no idea that she was had any interest in going to the Marine Corps. I thought she was going on the mission field. And she came to me after she graduated college and said, "Dad, I want to go in the Marine Corps. I want to I want to learn Arabic." And so,
Mm.
and I think every Marine has their story, right? Their own, why do I want to go? What am I seeking? For her, she was seeking the best way to learn a language so that she could further, what she wanted to do in life. She's now serving as in intelligence, and so doing well. My middle son graduated Texas A&M Corps of Cadets, and didn't commit until right at the end. So they didn't pay for it. But anyway, he went in as a communications officer, and then my youngest, not my youngest, but my middle son was a crew chief on the Osprey, and served over in Hawaii for a while, and then over in New River, and now is out medically, and going to school at Arizona State, and for on engineering, and so really proud of all their service. The way that came about. We come from a family of military people. We got Army, Navy, Air Force, and Dad was the lone Marine, and so every family reunion, everything was always, they ganged up on me. So we had to we need to increase and multiply our defenses, and so we did that.
That's awesome.
Super.
That's a great story. Let's see. Can each of you remember the moment when you realized that this organization is important to you and you wanted to be a part of this? What was your aha, your Helen Keller moment there?
Well, I'll start out with that. Actually, it was when we decided to start the Marine Corps League. We had identified Marines in the area that needed some assistance and some help, and there was no organization in place to help them. So we started out when we first started. We met at Messinahof because the young man there was a Marine, just got off active duty, and so that's where we started our meetings at the Messinahof. Not a bad place to start, by the way, but
Right? Right. Yeah.
it was because there was a need there, and we saw it and decided, okay, we need to form this the Marine Corps League-Detachment here for the Brazos Valley. It was amazing to us that there was not one already in place with as many
Yeah.
Marines and as many veterans as we have in the area. So that was kind of my aha moment when Thorne Mosier, who was kind of the key person to get this thing started, when he kind of got together with all of us and said, let's start a Marine Corps League. And so that's what we did, and that's where it is.
I love that story. A lot of people see that there's a need, but they don't take the extra step to do something about it. And
Yep.
that's
Yeah.
that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, I
Who's next?
I will go next. I didn't know anything about the Marine Corps League. I hadn't heard about the Marine Corps League. And Glenn and Olivia, who are, I'm pretty sure, charter members,
They
they
are.
said, "Come to the meeting. You're joining." I said, "All right, I'll be there." And anyway, I started, and they needed a paymaster. Keith is our current paymaster, past commandant. A handful, about 5 years ago. I don't even remember, but
Yeah.
I learned as the paymaster, there's so much good that takes place. If you're a member and you go to things, okay, and then I got to see all the intricacies of at least how the money flows through and how we account for it. So I've been engaged ever since and really enjoy being in the league.
That's how I came about too. Amy brought me to a meeting after the first resource fair and said, "Come here, you're joining." There really wasn't a question. It was just like, "Yes, ma'am. Okay." So, what about
Yeah.
you, Ray?
Yeah, like I say, I came to the birthday celebration, cake cutting ceremony that these guys put on last year. I'd recently relocated out to College Station. I've worked for Teeks for quite a few years, but was living out in the Abilene area, and recently relocated to College Station. Been a part of the VFW for some time, but I had never I hadn't been in a place where they had a Marine Corps League, and so I went out to that. Roger introduced himself to me, and we're able to meet some of the great folks out there, and knew that I wanted to get involved, and I didn't. I felt like I really didn't have a choice, because when you get on Roger's list, you're on the list, and so
Yep.
no, no, it's been great. It's been wonderful serving with these guys. They, I don't really want to halfway do anything. So when I got in, said, "Hey, we need, we need some folks to step up and lead." And I said, "Whatever you want me to do, I'll do whatever you want me to do." And that was probably not the right thing to say. But anyway, here's where we are,
And thank
and
you
I'm
very much.
serving here with
Yep.
as vice commandant, and so learning some great things for these folks. And so we're going to continue. I'm going to continue to learn and grow and serve and serve our fellow veterans here in Brazos County.
So that brings me to the next question. If you will just keep talking, Ray, what does the local attachment actually do throughout the year? What will people see us out doing in the community besides attending meetings?
Yeah, I mean, so first and foremost, and I think, this is what drove, I think, Keith and his fellow Marines to organize this detachment. It first and foremost is serving veterans and veteran families in need. We are the Marine Corps League, and obviously we focus on our brothers and sisters that earn the title, but we're here to serve all veterans and their families. And um, next, we foster ideals of volunteerism, patriotic volunteerism, and Americanism. So we put out flags and wreaths and memorial services and really just trying to continue to perpetuate patriotism here in Brazos Valley. And then, again, just strengthening the fraternity of the Marine Corps. Um, Continuing on, there's not one when you earn that EGA, right, with the Eagle Globe and Anchor.
Yep.
It's not something that there's not one of us that take it lightly, and so to continue to perpetuate that, to honor the ones that came before us. And so you'll find us visiting in hospitals and nursing homes and anything that we can do to continue to perpetuate the values that we got in the Marine Corps. I mean, I think that's what you're gonna find us doing in the community. That's why I wanted to get involved. I've got a great group of friends I can sit around and talk with, and so there's wonderful to do that. But like Keith says, that's not all we do. We get out there and serve.
Yeah,
For
taking action.
I would tell you also that we're a medium-sized detachment. There's a small, medium, and large. We're about 10 people away from being a large detachment. But we just placed second on our activities, and we're honored
Mm,
at the department convention for a medium size. So we're out there and we're
yeah.
doing all that stuff Ray's talking about and then some. So
Yeah,
we'd love to have people join us in our activities and fundraising.
absolutely. Absolutely. So, Keith, what are some of the ways that the Marine Corps League supports individual Marines, veterans, and military families when they're struggling or they need assistance in the Brazos Valley?
Any way we can. All we have to do is know about it, and can come through friends, can come through other organizations. We have a good working relationship with the VFW, American Legion, all of the other organizations out there. And as we find out about it, we're going to go help them any way we can, and to the biggest extent that we can. Exactly. That's exactly why we were formed. That's exactly why we're here, and that's what we do. So all you have to do is let us know that you have a need, and we're going to make sure if we can't do it, we can find the right people to help you
Yeah,
and do it. So,
yeah,
again, through that networking that we talked about, we'll make sure you get in touch with the right people if we can't do it ourselves, and get you the help you needed.
excellent. So, next question. Do any of you have a story about a veteran, a family, or a community member that the detachment was able to help that kind of really stayed with you in your heart?
Yeah, I have one. Again, serving others is, a great calling. And I remember one of our members who's very active, Al, he came to the leadership team about a Marine who was living out of his car and going through some hard times, said he just needed some help to just get out of the funk and then get back on his feet. And so we ended up supporting him without giving too much information, but we ended up supporting him and having him housed in a hotel room for couple of weeks, and it was off and on because he was doing other things to try to get on his feet, and he eventually got on his feet. And again, money well spent. We're out there trying to help people as much as we can, and we also we just approved $500 for the local food bank. So yes, we help Marines, and
Nice.
that's where a majority of our work goes, but we do help other organizations that are helping people.
Yeah. So if I could interject a little something here, if you are someone who's living in your car or like the brothers that we talked about earlier, living in a place without electricity and water and in an unsafe situation, please do not hesitate to reach out to somebody. Just say something
Yes.
to somebody and
Yep.
we can get you some help.
Exactly right.
You don't have to worry about it. Don't let your pride get in the way. That's what the brotherhood and the camaraderie is all about, is helping each other. And if you were able, you would help someone else. So
Yep.
just raise your hand.
Yes, and Marines don't come forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They let that pride get in the way, unfortunately, but we're here to help them. So just let us
Yeah.
know and we'll be there to give you a hand.
Yep.
So
Or like
Marines,
my mom said, don't cut off your nose to spite your face. Just
yes.
ask.
Bingo.
So as
Just ask.
Ray said Marines, Navy corpsmen, Navy chaplains that
Yep.
served in a unit with the Marine Corps, and their families. So the Marine might not have any issues, but there may be an issue that the family needs help. So please
Yep.
contact us. Thank you for that plug
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
Sherri.
Yep.
Okay. So how does the league connect veterans with benefits, with VA claims assistance, and with other local resources and services that they might not know are available?
Sure, sure. So we have a veteran service office position in the Marine Corps League, but they're not certified. They mainly, reference or forward them to people that can do that. So who is that here? That's our county veteran service office.
Yeah.
And so they help Marines with claims, issues of that nature. They're really good at that. And, there's people that have never seen a VA representative about their medical issues, and
Yeah.
I'd be surprised how efficient they are at looking at your file, submitting claims, getting you to the doctor, and then possibly even getting some type of rating. So encourage people who know they got hurt in the military, or maybe they don't. I didn't know. My back was bothering me, and Marine I knew said, Did that happen in the service?" And I was like, "I don't think so. I don't remember. It was a while ago." Sure enough, looked at my records. There it was, lower back.
Yeah.
And so that started the process for me. So you never know. And injuries that we receive while we're in, you might not be able to see them. They may be PTSD, that may be mental, traumatic brain injury, who knows?
Yeah.
Trauma, and those are all things that there's help for you out there on that.
Right. Ears, eyes, nervous systems,
Yep.
all kind of things you're exposed to. And through my friendship with the former VSO here in Brazos County, I learned that your benefits pay starts on the date that you file. So don't put that off. Go see them right away and get that initiated, because that's when your pay starts. If you wait for 4 years, your pay is not going to start for 4 years. But if you start
Yeah,
right now, you can get
yeah,
that back pay. So super
right.
important to get on it and get that done. That's something that you've earned by your
Yep.
service. You're not taking it away from anyone else. That is your benefit. So go see Kale, go see Diana, and get the forms filled out to get it started.
Yes, shout out to them, Kel,
Mhm.
Ben, and Diana. They do a great job.
Yep. And Ben can help keep you organized. And
He's
I
a
love Ben.
Marine.
He's so
Yeah.
fun. Love Ben. Okay. So how important is it for our attachment to preserve the Marine Corps traditions, history, and ceremonies? And which traditions mean the most to you personally? Keith, would you share this one?
Oh, I guess I can. Actually, I'm a history buff, so all of the traditions are important to me, if you want the truth of the matter. And we try to maintain them all. But I think that as we showed last year, the cake cutting ceremony and the Marine Corps birthday is obviously a milestone that every Marine remembers from their time on active duty, whether, like I said, whether 2 years or 30 years. And so that's the one that's the most important, and that's the one that I think most Marines would like to participate in, and we're going to maintain that and continue to celebrate it every year as we go forward.
Good deal. And this year we have the country to celebrate. I remember the
Yeah,
bicentennial. I'm that old. I
Me
remember
too.
we had a parade and I decorated my bicycle up and
there you go.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Next, the Marine Corps League also serves the larger community. What causes, youth programs, charities, and other local projects rather does our detachment support? There are
sure.
regular things that we do, right?
Sure. Well, there's a big one during the Christmas time frame called Santa's Wonderland, and Al heads that up. And we work with one of the local companies here, and we get stuffed animals from them. This year we got 3,000. We've gotten up to 7,000 stuffed animals from this organization. It's PetSmart to be exact. So shout out to PetSmart. And so what we do is Al organizes all this, but they get a night in December. They open it up to the community. People can come by and see Santa and Mrs. Claus and get a free toy. But we give out to 16, 17 other organizations just this past year. So that was one of the things we do. I talked about the food bank, and then we have a poolee event where people who are enlisted in the Marine Corps, we have a night for them. And, what is it we can do for them? Usually they come in with their families and they do, some drill instructors come in. So there's a bunch of fun seeing the drill instructors work with them. They weren't able to do that this year, but what we did do for them is we paid for sashes for their high school graduation. That's another one that we've done out there. So there's just different things that we do for the community.
We
And
also work
what,
with Wreaths Across America and put out wreaths at Christmas time
right.
on veterans' graves throughout the Brazos or throughout the county and area. So we also do fundraising with Wreaths Across America so that more people are aware of the program and buy wreaths for their family members and loved ones. So that's another program that we do. And when we go out and put those wreaths out, we also invite our members plus their families to come out. So we often have kids, grandkids, and things like that coming out there to help put the wreaths out, so that they get a chance to see what that's all about. And then we do the flags at the graveyard, the veterans' graves in the Bryan Cemetery. And again, that's open to families, and we have a lot of kids come out there and do that. And so again, something else we do.
Okay.
We also have a local junior ROTC, Marine Corps junior ROTC, where we've just donated $500 to help
Yep.
them. We also donated a tug of war rope. So again, we're an active unit.
Yeah. I've heard you talk about swords.
Oh yes. Yeah, we provide the Marine Honor Grad from the Naval ROTC program at A&M every year with a Mameluke sword, which is the officer's sword, and we give that to them in recognition of their achievement, and so they can take that with them to OCS and already have that expense behind them and have their sword already.
That's special. That's really
Yes.
special. Seems like I've heard about a bunch of other things that happen, but I think it's like, we have our normal things that we do and then needs that come up throughout the year.
Hmm.
And we've talked about this a little bit with families coming out and helping with flags and wreaths and things like that. But what role do spouses, families, associate members, and community supporters play in the league? Do you have to be a Marine to become involved or to help? Keith.
All right, not at all. The more the merrier. I'm at the age where anybody wants to help me put a flag out, put a wreath out,
Right, right.
do anything else, I'm all for it. But more importantly, as Ray said, we want to also demonstrate by our actions and deeds that patriotism and volunteerism that we think is so important. And so, family is important. Sherri, you're a great example of an associate member who's doing so much for us in the league, and we appreciate every minute of it. And so, thank you very much. But again, uh, anybody can come and join, be an associate member, and be part of the league, or just come out and give us a hand as we're doing some of our activities. So the more, the merrier.
Yeah, I feel like if you have a heart for service, there's a lot of people out there that's just their jam, right? If you have a heart for
Yeah.
service, come out and do it. If you have a lot of veterans in your family and they are precious to you, like I do, I have
Hmm.
many in my family, or just one friend. If you had one friend, I know there's a girl in town that had a best friend who was a Marine, and every time you talk to her, she cries, but she's so sweet.
Oh,
She
cool.
Yes,
likes to help.
yes,
So,
yeah.
Hmm.
okay. Okay. So who's eligible for regular membership, and what's the difference? Like when you're an associate, there are differences in what you can do as not a veteran and a veteran. What are the differences when you come in?
Yeah, I mean, I'll take this. I mean,
Okay.
so for regular membership is really any Marine FMF corpsman or FMF chaplain that was honorably discharged is eligible for regular membership. And then an associate member of the Marine Corps League is any dedicated civilian or veteran of another branch who may not qualify for regular membership, but strongly supports the Marine Corps. Many times, spouses of regular members sign up as an associate member, and really they all enjoy the same social and networking and event benefits that regular members do. The business of the detachment, the voting and all that is a role for a regular member. And again, as Roger stated earlier, this flows down from the national organization into the Texas department and then down to us according to the bylaws. And so really that's the only the distinction between a regular member and an associate member is just some of the decision making
Mhm.
in terms of the business of the organization. Got anything
Yeah.
to add on that, Roger or Keith? Is that
Yeah, the only thing I'd
yeah.
add on there, Ray did a good job of explaining it. The difference between an associate and a regular member is minimal, thanks to Roger's leadership, because we listen to the associate members. We ask for their opinion, and we let them discuss everything that we're talking about and thinking about voting on. They have a voice in that, and they can voice their opinion and what they think. And then when it comes time to vote, unfortunately, that's just the regular members. But most times when we get to that point, we've all pretty well come to a consensus, and it's not like it's them and us. We're all
Yeah.
making that decision together, and Roger has done a great job of fostering that as commandant.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks
And
for pointing that out, Keith. Yeah, right on.
so as an associate, there are positions you can hold, just you can't hold all positions, right? Like
Right.
I am the PR person this year. I'm not sure. I know that's not the right title of it, but there are some positions that associates can hold to help. So,
Yes, there's
Yep.
elected
Yeah.
officers. Like we're all elected officers, and there's two others, a junior vice, and then we also have our legal person, I guess you could say, bylaws and
Hmm.
things of that nature.
Judge
And
advocate.
then
Yeah.
the
Yep.
other ones can be anybody. All right.
Right.
So whether they're a regular member or an associate member. And again, what an excellent opportunity to serve, but also it's an excellent opportunity to lead
yeah,
the area, right? So young
yeah.
people, if you need something to do. I always, and Ray and I were talking about this a while ago. I said, man, if you can move a volunteer organization that they're not getting paid, you must have some
Yep.
really good leadership skills, right?
Right. So
Because we're all volunteers.
if you have some special skill, come and share it. If
Share it.
Yeah.
you know how to do
Absolutely.
something, come
Yeah.
and help out. Yeah. So why should a Marine who already has friends and a career and a busy life consider joining the Marine Corps League? What might they gain that they don't realize that they're missing? Right?
Well, I kind of talked about this already a little bit. I can't talk enough about really the camaraderie and esprit de corps. I mean, it's just that shared pride and fellowship amongst our Marine Corps brothers and sisters, and so I think we there are organizations that talk the talk. Um, this organization, from what I've seen evident, and again, I haven't compared to these guys. I've been in the Marine Corps Association or the Marine Corps League as long as they have, but I've learned that we walk the walk, and so for those that are looking to be a part of something that's truly making a difference, and looking for ways to serve the community alongside those that they previously served with. Um, some not so long ago, some a long time ago. But it's just great getting back around Marines.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think out of all the veterans I've talked to, in particular on the podcast, but just in general, that's the thing that comes up the most is people miss the camaraderie, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
they miss the camaraderie and there are too many choices when they get out. Those are the two things that we talk about the very most, right?
Yeah, I can believe it.
Yeah, choices are overwhelming sometimes. Let's see. Some veterans may picture a veterans organization. We talked about this being a group of old guys sitting around at meetings.
Yeah,
Shall
I'll talk a
you
little bit
want to
about
cover that
that.
one?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
go ahead. Like he said, we're not there to, just drink beer and have a great old time. We're there to make a difference. But our older members obviously retired. They got more time. They want to volunteer. Youngers, it's harder. I say God, family, and work that takes up most of your time.
Hmm.
But I will tell
Yes.
you, for the younger Marines or a younger associate member, again, it's just an excellent time to make an impact, to network. We have an individual that has his own company and he fixes guns. He's a
Yeah.
gunsmither. Is that right, guys?
I don't
Gunsmith.
think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He joined and man, everybody was excited. Hey, can you? So, and he's got his own business, so he's coming in on some of our Chamber of Commerce after hours events, and he's networking, and it's a big networking organization too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking about Jared, right?
Yes,
Yep.
He
Hmm.
yes,
he is a master at that. I see him everywhere. He's getting the word
yes.
out about his business. He's
Cool.
good.
That is cool.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll just piggyback off of what Roger said. If you're a Marine or know Marines or enjoy being around Marines, come to one of our meetings. No harm, no foul. Just come and see what we do and how we do it. I guarantee you we'll welcome you. We'll introduce you. We'll let you introduce yourself and let you decide whether it's your cup of tea or not. But I mean, the level of participation is strictly up to you. If you want to be there, for all the things we're doing, you're more than welcome. If you can only make a few of them, that's okay too. We need the help in all the things that we do. So you don't have to make each and every one of them. We know that life gets in the way, unfortunately, on occasion. But if you're interested and want to touch base back with Marines for whatever reason, come to our meetings.
Okay.
Keith, and I'm glad that you said that because that's one of the things that and thank you, Roger. This is one of the things that I've felt because we're all busy. Everybody's got stuff going on, serving, whether it's at the church or within our work. I travel a lot for work, and I've never once felt bad for saying no about something. There's enough of us that we spread the work around, and so I don't want someone to not come because I just don't have the time to get involved in anything else.
Yep.
Uh, Come for what you want to come for, what you want to get out of it, and we'll welcome you. Uh,
Okay. So that kind of leads into the next question. The regular meeting is just once a month, right? So suppose
Hmm.
somebody's interested but feels a little uncomfortable walking into a meeting with a bunch of strangers. What should they expect at their first meeting, and what's the easiest way to get started? Who should they contact? What do we need to tell them about besides just come? Maybe a little more specific on how to get there, that kind of thing.
Roger, you want to take that one?
Sure, sure. Well, Keith was talking about if you come to a meeting, get to know us, all those other things. Uh, it can be scary for folks to come to where they don't know anybody. Okay, I can tell you we're friendly. All right,
Hmm.
and we really want you to join our team. It's not a lengthy process. Honorably discharged. Put in an application, show us your DD 214, and pay $45. You're in, we vote you in, we swear you in, and you're part of the league. So no worries about anything. Like they were saying on volunteering. If it's only a few things you can do a year, great. But I'll tell you also, when we stated this too, your families, you can bring your friends to do this volunteering. It is a community working together to help others. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
And Sherri, you're working on the webpage, I know, and helping us with that. I'd recommend right here in front of God and everybody that we put a button on there for somebody who wants to just come to a meeting and see what's going on, and that will go out to at least the three of us that are sitting here right now, and we will welcome you to the meeting. We'll know you're coming. It's right on the webpage, and we'll make sure you're taken care of
Absolutely.
from the minute you walk in the door until the meeting is over.
And when we share these videos, we're going to put in the description when and where
Okay,
the meetings are. Second Monday of the
great.
month, dinner's at 6, meetings at
Yep.
7. We always have dinner and have fellowship before we get the meeting started. So, yeah, just reach out to somebody and we'll get you connected.
Yep, but definitely will.
All right. So, as we draw to a close, we've covered lots of things here. What would each of you say directly to the Marine FMF Corpsman family member or community supporter listening who is wondering whether there might be a place for them in the Marine Corps League?
I'll start with that if y'all don't mind.
Okay.
Mhm.
So we do have 5 points that what is our purpose? Okay. And so if these resonate with you, I'm sure at least one, but we provide relief. You heard all that. How do we help people, specifically Marines, Navy corpsmen, chaplains? We recruit people. We recruited 21 people this last year. Our goal is 24 for this year. We recognize our members and also other things that we do, our sponsors. We raised money. We didn't really talk much about that, but we have several activities where we do raise money to do all these things. Some of it's free, it's just labor where we do things, but other things we got to bring in money so we can give out money. And then we want to just resonate with in the community with our members, be visible, things of this nature. Sherri, you're doing here with this podcast. Oh, of course, so great. So, those are the things we stand for.
I would say that we're very open to additional ideas. We've talked about a lot of things that we do in the community. We want to do more, and you can help us do more. And so, bring your ideas, bring your your eagerness uh, to get around Marines and those who um, want to serve, want to continue to serve. So I think if you're looking, wondering if this is a place for you, like Keith said, come and try a meeting, and I think you'll know right away.
Yeah. And I would just echo what Ray said. If you want to look for a way to give back to the community and make a difference, come to the Marine Corps League meeting.
You're all.
There's nothing that makes, well, I find there's nothing that makes you feel better than doing good for someone else. It helps you more than it
Yep.
helps them, right?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Exactly right.
So since y'all are here on Operation Successful Transitions, I'm going to ask you the same question that I ask everybody else when I end the podcast. What is your biggest, most sacred piece of advice to someone who is transitioning out of the military?
I would say be open to trying new things and don't let the fear of maybe an unstructured environment scare you. I mean, you're trained to do whatever needs to be done. I guarantee you that you can do it outside of the Marine Corps.
Yeah, I would say definitely do not discount the training that you've gotten in the Marine Corps. I've often said before, I wish that there was a way to bottle that feeling, that emotion whenever you march across that parade deck. Um, it's still there.
Yeah.
And use that in whatever capacity, in wherever God lands you. Use that. There's something special within you, or you would not have earned that EGA. So, yeah, I would say remember that, and don't ever close doors.
Yeah. You took my thunder away again, Ray. Uh, my advice is my own personal philosophy that I've lived with for many, many years, and that is keep your options open. Don't shut a door anywhere because you don't think it's right for you. Keep all your options open as you move forward. Sometimes you find out that you've gone down a rabbit hole and you need to go backtrack and you won't use that one, but keep your options open and remember what got you there. The same thing that got you through boot camp, or the same thing that got you through OCS. was perseverance and dedication and drive. And you still got those, and they're going to be very evident to people who look at you. So can march on.
March on. I love that. Well, thank you guys so much for being here today. I appreciate all your time and all that you've shared with us. And hopefully we will get a bunch of new members from this.
I hope so too, Sherri.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
putting
Yeah,
this
me
on. I
too.
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Thanks a lot.